7:23. Welcome back to 13 Sunrise. Spring is right around the corner.
Right.
We'll soon be opening up the windows. Shoot, maybe this weekend.
Yeah, might have to do it today. So this week, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden, he gives us some, great advice every single week. This week, he's talking about how you can get your windows ready for spring, and that includes fixing those broken screens.
Well, we've already had some nice days where you can throw open the windows and get some fresh air in. And as we approach spring, sometimes you open those windows and find out, oh yeah, that's right, Jimmy got locked out of the house and cut the screen. Well, it might be a good time to get your screens repaired, whether you're doing it yourself or taking it to a local hardware store, because the pile for screens is nothing right now because nobody's thinking about it, and then all of a sudden we get a nice weekend in April and they come piling in. So a few things about screen to think about. So this is kind of where it all started. Aluminum, silver aluminum, right? That's what everybody's screen was, and then they started realizing that you can't see through aluminum very good because the sun hits it. So then there was charcoal, and then there's black right here, and so much easier when you're standing inside to see what that neighbor boy is doing, then you can actually see him. The black, ooh, you can really see that. So this would be the best right here. The thing about it is that the aluminum is really, impact resistant, but it leaves a dent. So we really sell more of the fiberglass, gray fiberglass and black fiberglass, because although it's not doesn't get the impact as much, all those little dings that show, they don't show up. I mean, it's just so we do twice as much of the aluminum now. So we have Mark here. Mark has worked here, he just informed me, over 30 years, which I guess it's time for a raise. So he's been doing this. Matter of fact, he's doing it so long, he actually goes to Pilates just for his roller hand. And he's going to do a quick little demo on how to do this thing. So you got to make it quick, Mark. We don't have all day. All right, so he's pulling out, that is the spline, correct?
Yes, it is, the spline.
So how do you know when to replace the spline?
Well, the first thing I do is make sure it's still really pliable and it's not dry rot.
All right, so pliable, put it back in.
It's in pretty good shape, so I should be able to reuse the old spline. Pull out the old screen.
Okay, so he's pulling out a piece of fiberglass because I can see that it's soft, but you see it kind of is deteriorated, gets a little sun worn.
Make sure the frame is square, so I have to look down the sides and make sure the frames aren't bent. And then the other thing is these turn buttons are pretty good shape. They're a little bit discolored, but they're pretty good shape, so I don't have to replace those. So this is a pretty easy fix. Just take the screen.
All right, so a piece of fiberglass again.
Yep. Cut it to size. There we go.
He makes it look so easy.
Then I go ahead and put a 45 cut in the corner.
And you do that so that you don't get a little puff up when you put that spline back in.
And then start the rolling. Make a groove first, and then I take the spline and go ahead and roll that right in the groove. And then I flip it over to the other end and put it in.
So then you really get it back in there.
And that's pretty much it.
All right, so then you go around, and then once you have it in, then you're going to trim that off, correct?
Exactly.
You take a little utility knife.
Right.
So some people are trying to, you don't cut it exact. You always have it over about an inch, and he's going to just cut down there.
Cut the
and pull
excess
that.
off.
It would have been better if you're left-handed for the camera angle, but there you go.
That's it.
You can do it yourself. All right, do-it-yourself tools available if you're really a pro. This thing's about 20 bucks. These are about $5 or $6. The spline that Mark is using comes in packages. Make sure you get the right one. Something you can do if you're looking to save a few bucks.